Right, we are live. Welcome everyone to the video.
Yes, welcome to the video, everybody. Hello. No, I was just thinking. We always say, "Oh, we're live," like
Well, there's an awkward pause. You press the button, and there's an awkward pause, and I don't know quite.
I was trying to think what would be better for us to say, instead of "Oh, we're live."
But no, it works. It works. Anyway, welcome to the channel. If you are new here, and I'm expecting we might have a lot of new people in because we've had a video go a bit mental recently, and we've had about 3,000 new subs in the last 3 days, which is crazy for our channel. So welcome if you are new. This is our regular Thursday slot. We quite often have a guest on, and we're really happy to say we do have a guest today, and that is Sam. How are you doing?
Hello everybody.
So I say Sam, those of you that follow Sam online will know that you go by the name of Reselling Polly. Can I quickly ask, where does that come from? What's that about?
Oh God. Well, it's a bit odd really. I'm a collector of vintage toys. A few people know, I think Andrea knows, I collect vintage My Little Ponies, but I also collect Polly Pockets. Hence, that's where the name come from, Reselling Polly. Because I joined a few groups online, of collectors groups sort of thing, people who bought and sold stuff. And I couldn't think of a name, so I just come up with that, Reselling Polly. And it's just stuck with everything that I do now. So,
fantastic. Yeah. Cool. So you collect the old G1 ponies and the earlier ones, or any ponies?
No, just the G1s, and collect the vintage Polly Pockets as well. So okay. I've not collected for about 6 or 7 months. So I did actually find one in a charity shop the other day, but they wanted, like, it was Polly Pocket Cinderella carriage, but they wanted £30 for it. Yeah. Now I actually do have that. But I thought I could buy it and resell, but there just wasn't any money in it for that. So
pesky charity shops looking on eBay. We'll get onto that maybe in a bit.
It's all these people that tell them.
Yeah, it's all my fault, whatever. So yeah, let me just say hello to a few people in the chat. We are live. If you are watching this live, you can join in. There is a live side chat. I can see a lot of people saying hello. I'm going to scroll back to the beginning. Our good friend Peter is in. He was in first. Hi, Pete. Karin is in. Angel
Jones.
Yeah. Gary, Southwest Sellers. So a few more hellos. If you do have any questions while we're going that you want to put to Sam, then please pop them in there. We will try and keep an eye on the chat and get on to those.
Yes, because I've written some down, but nothing out of the ordinary, and nothing, just a few regular.
Oh, don't give me a good grilling.
Would we do that? Right, so yes, welcome if you're in the chat. We've got Claire in there, LGG, Chelsea. Apparently Alan was at that boot sale, and
I know, you told me.
He was like, well, the chat doesn't know.
Oh.
And we were like basically stood next to each other and just so engrossed in stuff we didn't even notice.
I know, but you looked at me when you said that, like you were talking to me, and I thought, well, you've already told me that.
Anyway, I'm going to scroll down to the end of the chat so we can see questions should they come in as we go. Sorry if we haven't said hello.
Oh, we have a super chat from Baby Rochelle who says, thanks for all your amazing tips. Thank you for the super chat.
Wow, appreciate that. Thank you. There we go. Right, we're at the end.
Oh, Claire Borden's got a question for you. She says, have you got the 35th anniversary ponies?
Yes, I got the first lot that they brought out, which was the original collector's pose ones. I ordered them from America though, and I paid a lot of money for them, and you can actually buy them in the UK now in Argos. So, but yeah, I did buy those ones.
Yeah,
but they're the only newer ones that I've got.
So perhaps this may be one of your questions, but you've just said that you're a collector, and a lot of resellers share that. I mean, I was a collector, and that's what kind of drew me into eBay and reselling. So was it your collecting of ponies, Polly Pockets and stuff that allowed you to discover reselling and eBay? Was that your way in?
I've been on eBay since my account goes back to about 2002, but mainly as a buyer. And I did sell a little bit, like stuff around your house and stuff like that. I only really got back into collecting about 5 or 6 years ago. So, but I'd probably say Yeah, sort of, and sort of. I went on to look for stuff, and then if I found stuff, I'd sell it on. You know, stuff that I'd already got, I would sell it on, and you use that money then to buy more stuff that you want to collect, sort of thing. So it sort of becomes like a bit of a free hobby. So you're buying and selling to grow your collection, basically.
Yeah. That reminds me so much of Ben. When I first had Ben on, Ben Fitzpatrick, who doesn't make reselling videos anymore, but when I had him on the channel, he got into it doing exactly that, funding his gaming collection through buying at car boot sales, and then it has slowly over the last few years evolved into his full-time job. Do you want to go through your list of questions?
Yeah, I was going to say about ponies, because when we
we'll just talk about ponies for now. Let's do that.
Talk about ponies all night if you want.
In 2001, we were finding the original G1 ponies everywhere, weren't we? But they're so much harder to find now.
Oh yeah, they're really quite rare. I mean, I was really lucky. I'll tell you how I started collecting Polly Pockets again. I actually I've always gone in charity shops, even before I was a reseller. I've always bought stuff from charity shops for years and years, and car boots. I've always gone to car boots. And it was a charity shop, a local one to me, and I was walking past the window, and in the window they had a collection of Polly Pockets, the vintage ones. And it was like, I've just got to have them. I've got to have those. So I went in, and it was £50 for the lot, but there was about 30 compacts, and they all had the figures with them. And they come in this little suitcase, this little red suitcase. And I never thought anything about it. And it was only a couple of years later when I was researching it, the suitcase actually, it's just a plastic suitcase, but apparently they're quite rare. And they can go for upwards of £50 just for a little plastic suitcase. So that's how I got back into collecting Polly Pockets, by just walking past a charity shop and they were there, and then that was it. Then I was off.
Wow, so that must have been someone's. Muted. Am I still muted? No, I'm not. No.
Oh, okay.
So I was just coughing then, that's why I muted myself. I was going to say that must have been somebody's collection that they really cared for. To find them with figures in, it's hard enough to find. I don't know if they had the correct figures in, but that's even harder. So that sounds like somebody had really looked after that and then just randomly given it away, which is bizarre.
I think when I initially bought them, I was going to sell some of them on, and I actually sat down and worked out, and all the sets that I've got, generally, I went on eBay and sort of looked at the prices of what they were selling for, and that £50 would have probably netted me 400 plus back. So... But I'm quite happy. They're upstairs in the spare bedroom. I've got them in a great big tote. They're all in there with all the correct figures in. Yeah. So, but some of them go for stupid money, absolutely ridiculous money.
No, I'd be so tempted to like keep things like that, or like the ponies. But I'm so much of a mentality these days of if it's worth something, sell it. So
my favourite find with the ponies was again in a local charity shop, and it was where, I don't know if you ever go in charity shops and they'd like just bung a load of figures in a little like tie bag, and they'll put like £1.99, £2.99 on. And they had these ponies in a bag, and I spotted one and I knew it was a G1 straight away. So didn't even look at the others in it. I just bought the bag because it was something, I think it was like £4.99, something like that. And when I got home, there was 3 ponies in there, and they were each worth £50 each.
Wow!
And they're the little baby ones, and apparently they were a UK exclusive. Like Americans go mad for them. So, but no, they're in my cabinet, which is just over there.
Oh, you kept them? Wow!
Yeah, but which ones do you want me to show you?
Yeah, I don't mind. Go for it.
Yes, please.
This is turning into the pony show. I was going to say quickly while Sam is grabbing those. If you're new to the world of reselling ponies, and this is just blowing your mind, Andrea made a post on our blog all about how to find out which pony you've got, and then from that, once you get its name, you can find out how much it's worth by looking on eBay. So I'm going to link that below. I can't remember what you called the post, but it's basically how to research. I think it's how to
identify.
Yeah, that's it. How to identify ponies, because that's half the battle, is finding out what the name of the pony you have is. If you can establish that, you can then go onto eBay and search solds and find out what the going rate is. Okay, have you found them?
Yes. Right. This is a set of 3. So this is it's like a neon orange. This is like a baby one. That's probably worth about £70.
Oh.
This will blow some people's minds, I guarantee.
This is from the same collection. These are like the Splash collection, like the Water Babies collection. And yeah, that's probably about the same price. And I've actually had a duplicate one of this, which I did sell, and I sold for exactly £70.
Wow.
So
I've never seen those.
No.
But there's those 3, and then these are the 2 that I got from the charity shop in the £4.99 bundle.
Oh, that's fun.
That's a Dolly Mixture one. I forgot what its name is. And there's that many. Wow. But yeah, that's probably worth about 50, maybe a bit more. And then this one as well.
Lovely.
To the average Joe, you wouldn't know that those would be worth like 10 times more than your average early pony, but it's worth picking them up. And like I say, go and check out that post Andrea made. There's a lot of things you want to look out for, what's on the bottom of their hoof and the date on the bottom of their hoof and all that stuff, but we won't go into that here. I'm sure Sam knows exactly what I'm talking about. But yeah, that's fantastic.
We used to find that the boy ponies were worth quite a bit as well.
Yeah, boy ponies that we sold in the early 2000s for about £40–50 are now in the hundreds.
Yeah, I've got the I've not got them all, but I've got the ice crystal one, which is the one that's worth probably about the most, probably worth about 100.
Yeah, we had that a couple of times, but it's probably double what we sold it.
It's not perfect; it's got a mark on it, so but it's for me, so I'm not really bothered. So, but yeah, and they go for more if you've got the accessories with them as well. So
wow, I just wanted to read a few comments from people. Karin says, great to see you, Sam. You're one of the first resellers I started watching after Nick and Andrea. It's been great watching your journey and becoming a friend. So that's from Karin.
Oh, thank you, Karen.
Okay, there's another one. A Snowy Journey says, Sam, at what point did you feel you had enough listed that brought a consistent profit for you? I'm at 500.
Right. Oh, I would probably say when I'd saved up enough money to quit my full-time job. That's the point that I knew really that I could actually do this and make a living out of it and not have to work for the average Joe, so to speak. Yeah.
So were you tracking your income from eBay and did you have a cut-off point that you thought, if I can make this a month, I know I'm going to be okay? Was that how you tracked it?
Sort of, yeah. I think I was part-time for about 2 years. I mean, my story goes back to about 2015, end of 2015, beginning of 2016. I started reselling then, only part-time. And that was because I'd gone part-time on my hours at work because I was going back to college and then on to university. So it was sort of to just subsidise the loss in wage, to be honest. And it started off like everybody else does, selling stuff around your house, handbags, shoes, different things. And then I got to uni. I did 2 years at college. I wasn't selling in my first year. Got to uni and did a year at uni and decided it wasn't for me. And by that time, I was properly into eBay, although still only part-time. And so after a year at uni, I quit uni. And it was a big decision, but I quit uni and I went back to work. I went back and got a full-time job, and I think I only lasted about 5 months, and that was it. It was like I knew when I quit uni that I wanted to do eBay full-time, but at that point, I wasn't earning enough, so I just made it my mission to sort of to get to a point where I could. So it was like November 2017 was when I went full-time, when I quit my job and did it full-time. And I got a unit as well at the same time. It was a bit of a mad thing to do, but yeah, couldn't cope with all the stuff in the house. It was just too much. So
yeah. So what were you doing at uni?
I was doing nursing.
Right.
So, but I was really, really looking forward to it. You know, like I say, I spent 2 years at college and then a year at uni, but it's just not the same. It's not the nursing of years ago. It's the nurses nowadays are doing more like paperwork jobs, and the nursing role has been passed down really to the healthcare assistants who tend to do more of the nursing role. So I just decided it wasn't for me.
Yeah.
So, and
we've got nurses in the family. Nick's sister and brother-in-law and our niece as well, all nurses. So we know a bit about it.
Yeah, they work so hard.
Yeah.
Really,
but everybody that I spoke to, all the nurses that I spoke to as a student nurse that I was going into hospital, thought we were mad. Thought you were mad. And you know, they everybody that I spoke to was like, if I had my time again, I wouldn't do it. You know what I mean? And you know, it's changed and it's not as it used to be, sort of thing. So there wasn't anybody that I spoke to that said, you know, I absolutely loved coming to work. I love this job, you know. So
yeah, well, your sister and brother-in-law, they both decided to quit their hospital jobs and have gone into more community nursing now because it's more fulfilling. The hours are better. You're not working, you know, really bad shifts and
I understand that. Yeah. I mean, I do have a friend that I'm saying, like, I've not met anybody. I do have a friend that works in recovery, which is when people come out of the theatre. And she likes that job, but she said, I wouldn't work on the wards ever again. Never work on the wards again. So, but she works in recovery and really enjoys it. So,
yeah. So reselling is very different to nursing.
A lot, yeah, just a bit. And previous to that, I did pharmacy for 14 years. So before I went to uni. So, but no, I love it. I love reselling. I've never had a day that I've regretted doing what I've done. So.
Well,
that was one of my questions. Any regrets?
Any regrets about going to the clearly not, which is fantastic.
Not one bit. I think the only thing that I would say is if anybody's thinking about going full time, is make sure you've got a good few months salary behind you that allows you to pay your bills. Why, you know, it's not something that you jump into. You've got to make sure you've got the money behind you. You know, I think I had about £6,000 in the bank when I left and started full time. Yeah. So, as well as the stock that I've built up.
You're absolutely right. And, you know, don't kid yourselves. Work out how much you can actually achieve doing this. You know, perhaps take a bit of time off work and really go for it, and then analyze those numbers and say, okay, if I could consistently do that, can I earn enough? And also don't compare yourself. A lot of people ask us, can I earn a living doing reselling? And I said, well, how would I know? Our situation is one situation, Sam's is another. You have to apply it to you. You know, what your outgoings are, what your rent or your mortgage is. Everybody's situation is totally different with the outgoings. And that's all that matters, really, whether you can cover your own lifestyle and be comfortable. So that's a question that only you would be able to answer. So you just have to be honest, really, and work out the numbers. But it's so important. The last thing I would want is for people to watch our sort of videos or this chat and think, right, I'm quitting my job. Because you have to really think through it.
It's not a quick process. It's something that and it's really scary. It's really daunting. When I first quit, it was like, oh my God, I'm about making enough money. And then I got the unit, like I quit and got a unit. And I was like, when I look back now and think that what I did, and I think, oh my God. I mean, what it was is the unit come up at the same time as I quit my job, and it was a good price. It was a really good price. It's very local. It's 5 minutes walk for me. And the guy is a local businessman. He's dead down to earth. And he just said, listen, he said, just try it out for a few months. I'll not give you a contract. If it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. So I didn't really have a lot to lose that way. So I just decided to just go for it. And never.
Can I ask you about that? You've mentioned this unit a few times now. So what is that, and why did you feel that was necessary? Was it to get the business out of the house? I mean, obviously we work from home, and it's not ideal, but there are benefits from that because we don't have those overheads. So what was the thinking behind?
We had the space.
We had the space, yeah. So what were the reasonings behind
the main reason for me was because I'm in rented property, and the landlord wouldn't allow me to run a business from the property.
Right.
And as much as you can do it small scale, if you're wanting to do it as a full-time job, it's very difficult to hide the amount of stuff that I've got to hide. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because most landlords won't let you do it. I actually went to my landlord and I asked him, I said, I wanted to convert the loft as well. And I asked him and he just said no. So that was one of the reasons. But I mean, my back room's still full of stuff. It's still mountains and mountains, which you just learn to live. As a reseller, you've got to learn to live with that. You know what I mean? So
absolutely. I mean, look at ours.
If you're very house proud, being a reseller is not for you.
Yeah.
Not, definitely.
No, the only time I'm really house proud is if I've got someone coming round. My uncle's coming for Sunday lunch for Easter Sunday, so it's like, right, I've got to tidy up, got to clean up.
And we have serious backlog issues, and it's not ideal, and we don't choose really to work this way, but you know, most of the stuff you can see in this view isn't listed. It's ridiculous. But it doesn't have to be like that, but that's how it's ended up. But yeah, it doesn't have, you don't have to have this much stock. We run on, I was going to ask you that as well, what sort of level of stock do you run on, and how many roughly listed items? Because we run on an average of about 500. So are you similar or more than that?
At the moment, I'll tell you, just let me get my phone and I'll tell you how many I've got listed currently. Listed, I've got 1,245 and I've got 105 that need relisting. And then in the back room, I've probably got another 500 items that need listing. So
what sort of stock are we talking about? Are you a specialist? Are you a generalist? How do you work it?
It's really good because I'm not having to. I've made a list here, but either Nick's asking them anyway, or you've just answered them without me asking them.
I'll stop asking questions.
No,
you can work on it.
It's fine. It's good. It's good. I'm not having to ask any questions.
You can do the next one.
Should I answer that one then? Yeah. I would probably say mainly clothing and shoes is predominantly what I sell at the moment. But to be honest with you, if I see something in a charity shop and I know I can make money on it, I will buy it and I will sell it. So I'm a little bit sketchy around video games and electricals because I'm not quite sure. But my dad's a whiz at fixing stuff. So I was at the car boot the other day and I was one of the first ones to this car. You know, where everybody's crowding round and everything. And she had this bag and it had 2 PSPs in it and loads of games and the leads and everything in it. And she only wanted £15 for it. So I thought, 2 PSPs, even if they're broke, I'm going to make more than £15 on them. So anyway, I took them home. They both work, but one will only work with the charger. So, but they're both in really relatively good condition. So I thought, if I can look at something and think, well, if all else fails, I'll get my money back, then I'll buy it.
Yeah.
That's a good mentality. That's how I approached. I don't know if you saw. We picked up a BBC microcomputer at the weekend for 30, and I figured if it doesn't work, I should be able to get my money back. And it had loads of accessories and stuff anyway, which is why I went.
The accessories are going to be amazing.
But I've been chatting to a few people about that video, and they said that guy had loads of really valuable stuff on his stall. And while I was doing the deal with the BBC, I got the impression he was someone selling off his stock that wasn't quite right, because the Game & Watch I bought off him doesn't work, and he was describing it as his BBC from when he was a kid because it's got loads of games. It didn't have any games really with it.
Well, all the games didn't have any cartridges.
So anyway, but I use the same mentality. If I think I can cash out for my money back, worst case scenario, you can't lose. So it's a great way of experimenting and learning new stuff, isn't it?
It definitely
is, but it's just reminded me of a pickup that I picked up very, very early on in my reselling. And it was a local charity shop, and I walked past and it was a backpacking carrier for carrying a child in, and they wanted £20 for it. And I thought, I'll look it up. So I looked it up and I went, oh, they're going for like 90 odd quid. And so I thought, I'll buy it. So I bought it, and then I got home and I thought, how the friggin' hell am I going to pack this thing? Why have I bought this? Do you know what I mean? Why did I buy it? It's sort of like in the moment you think, oh yeah, I can make loads of money on this. I'm going to buy it. And anyway, I did. I listed it. I sold it within a day, and I packed it, and it was gone. Do you know what I mean? So yeah. So I will pack big things as well. So
yeah.
But it's just at the time you think, when you get home, think, what have I done? Why have I bought that?
I know, I have those moments. Yeah, definitely.
Right, have you got any questions?
Question, dear.
I'm trying to look to see which ones haven't been answered now.
I've missed loads of chat. It's kind of whizzed past. There was a lot of people talking about My Little Ponies. Someone was saying there'll be loads of grown men going to charity shops looking for ponies now.
Yeah, but you have to know what you're looking for.
You do.
Because they're a specific thing.
You'll be very lucky if you do find them.
Yeah, I still get excited if I find one.
Oh, I do. So excited. I'm always rummaging through the boxes at the bottom. You know, they just throw everything in, sort of thing, to see. But very, very rare, I find. I think in reselling, I've only ever found in charity shops 2 lots, which was the little ones there, and then I found a bunch in another charity shop.
Yeah,
one day, and I never even see them at car boots anymore.
No, I know. We used to buy them by the bag full.
Oh, I know. Oh, it was we've got a picture of Ellen when she was about a few months old, and she was just laying, you know, before she could crawl around, so you could put her down, she'd stay. And we were sorting out a massive box of ponies, and we laid them all around her, and we took a picture. There must be like 100 little ponies around tiny little Ellen in the middle. We'll have to find that picture and share it.
I know,
but talking about children, All the Fun of the Find says, I'm always trying to get my daughter interested in what I do. She's 12 now, but has always had a secret love of My Little Ponies. Maybe I can get her into this. They're so lovely. So do you have kids?
I do. I have 2 boys. One's 23 and one's 18, nearly 19.
Wow.
Yeah.
And do they what do they make of what you do, and are they interested?
No, not at all.
Okay.
Not one little bit. No, not interested. I've even said to my eldest, like, you know what I mean? I'll set you up. I'll you know, we'll go out and you know, if you do computer games or something like, because I don't want to do clothing. I'll take you out and we'll spend £50 and then you can do your own little thing and build it up. No, too much hard work, that, Mum. It's like when most people think, oh, I couldn't be bothered with that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what I get from a lot of people when they say, when they talk about selling on eBay, people are quite negative, really, like, oh, I couldn't be bothered with it, I can't be bothered with all that. You know what I mean? I'd rather just take it to a car boot or take it to a charity shop or. You know.
Yeah, because it's not instant, and there's a lot of work involved in actually listing it and preparing it.
It's not everyone's bag. Definitely not. My partner, he takes me everywhere. It's like this weekend, he'll take me anywhere I want to go. He'll drive everywhere because I don't like driving far away where I've never been before. I'm a bit on motorways and stuff. But he'll drive me everywhere. He'll come round all the charity shops with me, but he's not remotely interested in it at all. No, even for himself, to do it for himself.
It's interesting when you were saying that a lot of people think of eBay and, oh, I can't be bothered. And I think a lot of it, if you want to be self-employed, what I'm getting at is that you have to have that self-motivation. You can't be scared of work. You can't be scared of you know, putting in the hours. And I think that's why, I mean, self-employment generally, no matter what you're doing, only suits certain people, because you have to have that get up and go attitude. Nobody else is going to do it for you.
No.
And you have to be able to motivate yourself. I think
in a lot of respects, you've got to be quite disciplined as well. You know what I mean? I like have a target every day. I've got to list 10 every day, 10. And, you know, sometimes I'll list more and sometimes less on other days, dependent. But, you know, you've got to get them listings up every day. Do you know what I mean? But the way I look at it is I'm working for me. I'm not working for anybody else. I'm working for me. So whatever I reap is what I've sown. So basically, you know, the more you put into it, the more you're going to get out of it. So and that's the beauty of it, really. You can do as much or as little as you want.
Yeah. And that's something I wrestle with. I'm very sporadic. I wish I could be as disciplined as 10 a day every day, but I'm more like none, 50, none, 25. It's like, you know what I mean? I'm all over the place with it. What are you trying to do?
No, I'm just scooching down to see if there are any more questions.
Let's catch up in the chat.
Oh no.
Oh, we've covered that. What were you studying at uni? That was nursing, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I think we're way behind. Hi, Zahir. Hi, Sue.
Susan. Hi, Sue.
Sue's listening but cooking curry.
Lisa Dye says, I'm really loving the sound of this reselling malarkey. Think I might give it a little try.
Why not, Lisa? Have a go. Oh, and Eric bought a little pony last week and sold it. There you go.
All the fun of the find. Is it the number of listings that's important, or is it just as effective if you have fewer and tweak them? It's an interesting question. I mean, we don't have a massive amount. We say often that we operate around the 500 to 600 mark.
That's really surprised me. That I thought you would have had like a lot more than that. That's really surprised me.
No, but then we also do Amazon. Obviously, that a lot of people forget that we have that ticking along, and we have an inventory up there, which at this time of year isn't massive. We kind of push that at Christmas, and also we do have a lot of multi listings.
Yes.
So one listing that might sell continuously with a lot of product on it. But no, we've never really aimed for numbers. Going back to that question. Again, it's totally down to you, what you're selling, what your profit margins are on your item. If you're selling 10 items a week, but you're making a few £100 on each of those, that's all the items you need. Whereas if you're selling, averaging 10 or £15 an item, you'd need a lot more products like we have and Sam has. I mean, how do you work it, Sam? Are you aiming to get a big inventory, or do you not care about that?
I don't want to grow it any bigger than the 1,500 that you get on. I don't think I could cope, really. I mean, I struggle now sometimes on a Monday morning when my mum and dad are at home, because they live half the time in Spain. But when they're at home, my dad is my parcel boy. He'll come down and help me do all the parcels. But like this Monday, I had like 32 to do on Monday, and it gets a little bit stressful when you've got so many, and the rest of the week's all right, but it's like over the weekend. So I don't really think I can grow it much bigger than it is. I mean, I could, but I'm quite happy where I'm at now.
Yeah.
So to increase your turn, are you trying, as many of us are, to get your average selling price higher then? So same amount of items, but more quality.
Yeah, I'm looking to, what I'm doing now is at the moment, I'm pulling a lot of stock and putting it on auctions since the goods till cancelled, because I'm very aware that I'm quite close to my 1,500 listings. So the lower value stock that's been sitting around for ages, I've pulled and put on auction. I'm going to do it for a couple of auction rounds, a couple of weeks. If it doesn't sell, it's getting put into a great big pile. And then once that pile's big enough, I'm going to do a car boot and just sell it off dirt cheap, just like £1 and £2, just to get rid.
Yeah.
And then when I'm going out sourcing now, I'm not picking up what I was picking up in the beginning to grow. I'm sort of picking stuff up that's going to net me a bigger profit. So potentially spending a little bit more, but to get more back.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm aiming to do. So keep the listings more or less the same, but increase the average selling price.
Absolutely. Yeah. Go on.
A while back, you were talking about getting into Amazon FBA. How's that going for you?
It's been going fantastically. I did a course by a lady called Mandy FBA, I think it is. She's an American lady, and she runs courses for women who want to get into Amazon. So I did that in January, and I have had some success with it, but it's time for sourcing for Amazon. I've just done 3 months of it, and yeah, it's been brilliant, and sales have been absolutely fantastic, but sourcing the items to sell is very difficult for Amazon. It's very time consuming.
What sort of stuff? Obviously you don't have to go into detail if you don't want to, but what sort of products are you sourcing?
Health and beauty I went into. I went down the route of getting ungated in quite a lot of categories, because they tell you she sort of like goes into that, how to get ungated and stuff. So I actually found a wholesaler that I could buy from, health and beauty, and I bought some health and beauty. I spent about £100, but that enabled me to get ungated in health and beauty. And then it's just a matter of going around places and finding stuff. I didn't do online arbitrage, I do retail. So retail is where you're actually going out to the shops and scanning stuff. Yeah. So you literally go into a shop, you could scan the whole bay and find maybe one item or none at all.
Yeah, we've been there.
Yeah, we've done a little bit of that. Some of you may have seen the recent video.
But if you can find that one product, I've found since January, I've found 3 products that have absolutely flown off the shelves, couldn't keep up with the demand. And I've had to go hundreds of miles to get stock from different places because they've run out. And but the profit was there. So there was 3 items. But, you know, I could have scanned hundreds of items just to find those 3 items.
Wow.
So, but yeah, there's definitely money to be made in Amazon if you put the legwork in. Definitely,
yeah. I really enjoy Amazon.
Yeah,
it's a very different animal. I mean, it's hard to describe, but you have to treat it so differently to eBay. But yeah, if you can make it work for you, then yeah, hats off to you.
I think the most difficult thing I found with Amazon to get my head around at the beginning was the initial outlay is a lot more than like you would with eBay. You know, you sometimes you have to lay out a lot of money.
Yeah.
Initially.
Yeah, and it can be. I mean, I don't want to put anyone off, but we're talking about RA stuff. So that's buying brand new products, sometimes buying them in big volume, and it can be risky because there's nothing to say that the price you're going to sell it for is going to stay where it is.
No.
Yeah, and we've been stung once or twice, obviously, but the payoff generally long term, you know, is good if you're doing it a lot of times. But
yeah, I mean, I've had a few items that have ended up letting it go for just and getting my money back what I paid for it. It's just part and parcel of doing Amazon, really.
Precisely, and there's nothing wrong with breaking even on the odd product. No. You know, it makes sense, and you know, it's good business sense to
getting your money out, isn't it, and reinvesting.
Right, shall I read some more chat, or do you want to do another question?
Read some more chat if you want.
Oh, okay. Right, let me see, where are we? Snowy Journey says they are struggling to find items with enough profit. Would love to buy low and sell high. Tricky. Sourcing prices are going up in quite a short time. Yeah, I mean, if you're talking about secondhand, there's a lot of talk all the time about charity shop prices going up, and that's affected a lot of people. I was going to ask you, where you mentioned clothing and shoes before, which is a big part of what you do. So where would you source that stuff?
Charity shops and car boots, but I'm very, very fortunate where I live, and I know not everybody is. I live in the northwest, and prices up here compared to what people are paying down south is just, you know, I'm very, very fortunate that we can buy stock up here really cheap. If you live down London, I don't think that I would be a clothing reseller if I lived in London, because to try and find I mean, you can, but it's very, very hard. I know Emma Reseller, she was on a couple of weeks ago. She lives down London way, doesn't she? Yeah, I know she doesn't source locally. I know she has to go way out of her way to source, but she enjoys doing it. So, you know, but me, I literally have hundreds of charity shops in a 30-mile radius that I can go to and always find good brands. So I am lucky.
Karen is in. Karen sells clothes, who we all know. My account is now 9 years old. Started reselling 2 years ago when closing another business. Now just starting to pull in a decent part-time income. It's not quick money spinner. I think we'd all agree that, you know, eBay is perfect. And I've said this so many times, perfect if you have a job you enjoy, and that gives you your main income. I think eBay is perfect for those that enjoy reselling and can dabble in it, and that gives you extra money. Doing it full time is a whole other ball game. It's a lot of work. It can be a lot of stress, and it's certainly not for everyone.
Yeah. Are there any other platforms that you sell on?
No, just Amazon. I did well, to be honest, I did a little bit of Facebook. You know, when you put things on Facebook, but I don't really like people coming to my house, so I'm a bit.
No, and people let you down all the time,
and being on my own, because I do have a partner, but he doesn't live with me. Being on my own, I'm always worried of strange people. I just want to avoid that, so I don't really do that now. So
we do offer local pickup, and we've done a few things like sold on Spock and that sort of stuff. But I don't think I'd do that if I was on my own.
Yeah.
Only because we're here together that we would.
Well, the downside, I've given up on Spock because I had, I think, 5 sales out of it. I experimented for about a month with it. I had about 5 sales, which was good. A couple which I shipped out as well, posted them. They didn't collect. But I probably had 50 time wasters in that time. Certain items I sold multiple times on Spock and nobody turned up. And it just, if I'm waiting for someone to come, I can't concentrate on work. My brain is thinking someone's coming soon. You know what I mean? It really throws my day. So I just can't be doing with that. It just winds me up. So I gave up on Spock. I was just reading Gary, Southwest Seller, was saying before about buying at auction, which is where he sources a lot of his stuff. It's getting harder as more people go to auctions. Prices are getting higher. I used to be able to fill up the car at every auction. Does not happen very often recently. So things are evolving where Gary is. Right.
And Chris B says that charity shops are run as a business. You can't really blame them for cashing in. Absolutely not. And we don't really. But of course, because we're in the business we're in, we'd like it to be a bit cheaper. So make more profit.
Exactly.
So while we're on the subject of charity shops, you've got a bit of a story about a charity shop recently, haven't you?
About me getting banned. Yeah.
Oh, you naughty girl.
I haven't done anything, Nick. Honestly, I've not done nothing. What had happened is I'd bought a couple of items and a couple of dresses, and they had holes in them. And I bought them from a different cancer research, not the one that I initially went back to. But as far as I was aware that you could take stuff back to anywhere, and I was going to this particular one that day and thought, oh, I'll just take them back and exchange them. I wasn't not bothered about my money back, just exchange them for something else. Anyway, took them back. And anyway, the next time when I went in with my friend Manda, who's Reseller Anonymous on Instagram, we were in the shop and we were browsing. And me and Mandy have this thing when we go in charity shops. I'll say, do you want to do men's or do you want to do ladies? Or we'll take it in turns doing different parts of charity shops, just so you all get a fair crack at the whip, really. So anyway, we were in and Mandy was at the bottom of the shop. Anyway, the manager comes walking up to me and she went, you was in here a couple of weeks ago and brought something back. And I said, I was, yeah. And she said, well, you didn't buy it from this charity shop. I went, I know, I did explain that to the gentleman on the till. I said, I did try and take it back to the shop where I bought it from, but it was closed. And she says, well, in future, can you make sure you take it back to the correct shop? So I said, right, fine, no problem. Now, this lady knows that we're resellers, and she's one of those that doesn't like resellers. She makes it quite obvious that she doesn't like resellers. So I just said to her, okay, no problem. I said, if I knew it was going to cause such, fuss, I would have not bothered. And she said, right, okay. Anyway, she went into the back. Mandy come up and she went, what was all that about? And I said, oh, I'll tell you later. It doesn't matter, because Mandy wasn't with me when I purchased the items. She wasn't with me when I took it back. And the next minute she comes flying out of the back of the shop, the manager, and she went, out. Oh, no, she said, first of all, have you told your friend what I've just told you? I went, well, no, I've not said anything. She went, out. Both of you out of the shop.
No way.
Wow.
Well, yeah. But I was just about to say something, and Mandy, she was like a little Rottweiler. You should have seen her. She thought she was going to go for a throat. How dare you? Oh, she was going absolutely mental. She said, how dare you? She said, I've done absolutely nothing wrong. What right have you got to, throw me out of the charity shop? She said, I'm 48 years old woman. You know what I mean? I've never in my life been asked to leave a shop for no reason whatsoever.
Wow.
So what, did you take it any further, can I ask? Because I would have, most things, it's just not worth it. You let it go and whatever, but that
was really sort of like, she was awful. She was really, really bad. We both run cancer research. Me and Mandy both put a complaint in against her. We got a phone call back a week after, basically saying that it's been noted and the area manager is aware of what's happened and she's dealing with it. And that was it.
And have you been back to that store?
I haven't been back yet, but I will No, I will go in as I am. Yeah, a part of me wants to know whether anything else actually happened, but I did ask, can you tell me what the outcome will be? And she went, we can't do that because it's confidential. So.
But I was just thinking that even if you did tell Mandy what she'd said, why is that a throw you out the shop offence? You know, it's like,
well, even if she'd have asked just me to leave, that would have. But poor Mandy hadn't done anything at all. She was just browsing the rails. Next minute, she was ordered out the shop. It was like,
you know, even if you literally had just told her what the lady had said to you, there was nothing wrong with that.
No, we'd only just started sourcing because we go out every week. So all day we're like chuttering away to each other about it. So
the thing is, I mean, you said that this lady who made the comment and threw you out, you know, has an issue with resellers, and that always strikes me as such a terrible double standard, because charity shops are the ultimate resellers.
Yeah.
And then they have an issue with us potentially for doing exactly what they're doing, but they're benefiting from us doing it. It's like, yeah, it's the double standard is horrific.
Well, I actually asked Cancer, when I run Cancer Research to put the complaint in, I was straight up and I said, I'll tell you from the off, I'm a reseller. I said, and your manager does actually know this. She knows I'm a reseller, and for some reason she doesn't like resellers. And I said, you know, as far as I am aware, there's nothing in Cancer Research that says that you can't buy products if you're a reseller. And she went, absolutely not. So she was really apologetic on the phone to me. So
yeah,
but you just gotta, you get a thick skin, I think, in that you've got to have thick skin.
You have to.
Doing this.
Chris B's just said that, you know, obviously taking something back to a charity shop affects their figures, which is true. However, we've had this discussion, and as we just established, they run it as a business, and also they are a retail shop and therefore run in the same guidelines as any other retail shop. So if the item is faulty, you have every right to take an item.
I mean, they weren't something that was like £1 or £2. If it's £1 or £2, I don't bother. These were £10 dresses.
Exactly.
So, you know what I mean? That would have been £20. So for me, I mean, I've got stuff in the back room there that I paid £2 for a cashmere jumper and I found a hole in it. I won't take that back. You know what I mean? I'll just.
But you have to remember that they are still regulated in the same way that any other retail shop is, and you still have the same consumer rights. As a consumer.
I remember I took a little vintage 1980s electronic pinball game back. I think I paid, I don't know, it was £5 or £7 or something for it, with a little sticker on saying fully tested, working. Got it home, opened the battery thing up, which was actually screwed on, so I couldn't check it in the shop, and it still had the old great big chunky C-size batteries in, all exploded, stuff everywhere, and I'm like, they clearly hadn't checked this. They'd just lied on the stick or whatever. And I took it back, and they gave me, they did it. They accepted it and they took it back. I can't remember which charity shop it was, but they made me feel about that big. They made me feel really bad. You know what I mean? And asked me lots of awkward questions. I'm like, but you can see it wasn't tested. It's ruined. It's not working. It's all battery acid everywhere. Yeah. But I was made to feel like I was in the wrong.
Yeah. I wanted to ask you about your YouTube channel, how you got into doing YouTube, and can you tell us a bit about it?
I don't know. I just wanted to share basically what I was doing. You know, I was like, because I really get excited when I find stuff in charity shops. Even now, even like 2 or 3 years, if you find something good, it's like, oh, brilliant, like, you know what I mean? And it was sort of like that sort of a buzz, and I wanted to share what my finds, basically what I was finding. And I think to be honest with you, one of the first videos that I did was a Polly Pocket video of stuff that I'd found. I think that was one of the earlier ones that I did, and it was like just sharing that. I think, I don't know, I can't really give you an answer, to be honest with you. I just enjoy sharing what I pick up. So something fell into it by accident, really.
Yeah. Well, I think what you touched on there is, and being a big part of this community as you are, it's having people that are excited about what you get excited about. That's what it is for us. And I think that's why
you started doing it, really.
Yeah, because I don't have many friends that will listen to me banging on about, you know, a BBC microcomputer that I picked up at the weekend or something.
I suppose it's like work colleagues, isn't it? It's like having work colleagues that you, because you work on your own basically. I mean, I know you two are together and you do it as a couple, but like a lot of resellers are like single people, or the partners don't do it, or you know what I mean. So you don't have that sort of like when you go to work and have the banter. So on YouTube, you find like-minded people. And you enjoy watching what they pick up, or they enjoy watching what you pick up. And like, as you all know, we're all meeting up in Bristol next week. Oh,
fantastic! You go into that, yeah?
I am, yeah. Can't wait. We're actually going on the Friday. We're doing a road trip, me and Becca. Becca's driving, and I just thought it was unfair of her to do like a 3 or 4 hour drive on the Saturday morning, and then be really, because I know you know what it's like when you're driving and you drive for any length of time. It's quite tiring, and I thought it's not that much more to go the day before. And we're going down the day before, but we're doing some charity shops on the way down.
Oh, so you'll have cleared everything by the time anyone arrives.
Well, no, we're not going to Bristol. We're going to stop off on the way down.
Oh, I see.
I don't know where yet. But with me, Becca, and there's another girl coming called Nat Resells, who's on Instagram. I've met Nat before at a Liverpool meetup, but she didn't come to Hitchin, so she's coming as well. So it should be good.
I'm looking forward to it.
I can't wait. I can't.
Yeah, no, it's going to be like I was saying to someone on the live stream the other day. It's going to be like a little reunion from Hitchin, isn't it?
From Hitchin,
and a little bit less pressure for us. We can just kind of let our hair down a bit more.
Yeah, Carla's hosting. She'll have to entertain us.
Are you driving down there, Nick?
Yeah, we're driving. Emma Reseller was coming with us, but she can't make it now.
No, she gets back from holiday the day before, so
so at the moment it's just us two coming down. And we're going down on the Saturday then.
We're going Saturday, but staying till Sunday.
How long? How far is it for you? Is it not as far?
2.5 hours.
Yeah,
it's quite far. But
M25, M4, I think, isn't it?
It's about 3.5 for us, 3 or 3.5 hours. So
For those that don't know, whereabouts in the country are you, out of interest?
I'm in pie-eating land of Wigan.
Pie-eating land. Okay.
Pie-eating land, yeah. I'm a Wiganer.
And we were just talking about your YouTube channel. For those of you that don't follow Sam, or Reselling Polly as the channel is named, I've dropped a link below. So please, when you get a chance, go over and have a look and check that out. I was just reading some comments as they were coming in. Syntax Al or AI says, "Hello, Nick and Andrea. I am new here, so welcome. I want to start reselling stuff on eBay. Any tips for beginners? I have also sourced some CDs and DVDs from local charity shops." A lot of people ask any tips for beginners. Basically, we share everything we do on this channel. So have a browse through, just pick on videos that look like they might give you the information you want. My big tip is to just jump in with both feet and have a go. That's the best way to learn.
And sell something you enjoy.
Sell what you enjoy selling, what you enjoy picking up.
Because as we know, otherwise we just put it in a pile
and it doesn't get listed.
Reselling is a lot of work, as we've touched on already in this. So if you might as well be selling stuff that you're interested in and you know about and you enjoy dealing with, because it makes it a whole lot easier.
Absolutely.
But best of luck with this. With it, let us know how you get on. Jeff Duke says, "I took a photo in the shop and the manager swooped on me for taking photos." I assume we're talking about a charity shop. When I questioned her, she rang HQ and they told me on the phone I can't take photos in their shop. Oh, okay.
Oh, wow.
Well, fair enough. We were filming in a charity shop once and somebody asked why were we filming. And I think you just said, we make videos on YouTube.
Yeah, she was fine.
She was fine. She just said, don't film anyone's faces.
Yeah, we were making a video when we went sourcing in North London late last year, I think it was. And I was just, filming as I was picking up stuff off the shelves and that. But it was cool about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It depends who you get, doesn't it? Some
the new GoPro that you've got, Nick, is fantastic. Brilliant. Love it.
Well, it's a lot easier to kind of just, I don't know it to hand, but it's tiny. It's like this size.
The footage is really good and really clear as well. Yeah, I really enjoyed the car boot that you did the other day. That was brilliant.
Oh, good. Yeah, I had a lot of response on that video.
Yeah.
And as predicted, a lot of people said, "Oh, you missed this, and wasn't that a so-and-so on the table?" And it's like, yes. The thing is, I had to cut a lot of it out anyway. And some of the things people are mentioning, I did ask about, and it was too much, or it was a bit knackered, or whatever. Yeah. But it's nice that people kind of watch it and they're hunting with you, and that they go, you missed a so-and-so at 5:03.
I think that's why those videos are popular, why people like watching them, because you feel like you're hunting along with someone. I like watching other people's as well.
Yeah, it's cool. Okay, let me just catch up in the chat. We're almost at an hour, believe it or not. So Heather's in, Treasure Pirate. Heather, who we all know and love, says, I do take back higher value items and swap them out for something else. Exactly, and you're perfectly within your rights to return things to charity. Okay. Quick question there, Nick and Andrea. Have you got any tips on selling Zippo lighters? No.
Never dabbled in that.
Not an area I know anything about. Okay.
Shout out from the Philippines. Hi there.
Somebody wanted me to say, I think it was Simon Blitz.
Oh, we've got a super chat from Krillin. Hi, Krillin.
Oh, sorry, Krillin.
Any update? Oh, don't even mention the B word.
Oh, Brexit. Honestly, Krillin, it's all night, every night on the news, and it's just everyone's
fed up to the back teeth of it.
Sick to death of it. It's now been delayed again, right? Yeah.
But at least we won't have to get any kind of visa to go to Paris when we go in October.
Oh, yeah, hopefully. Anyway, yes. Yes, Simon Blitz was in. I've lost the thing, but he said, can you give my girlfriend a shout out? I think it was.
Yeah.
So do you remember the name?
Lisa, maybe?
Might have been. Simon's other half, Lisa, maybe. Hi.
Hello.
Thanks for the super chat, Krillin. We'll have to
look up. BCP has very kindly put the link to your YouTube channel in.
Oh, there you go. Fantastic.
Oh, thank you.
Right. Oh, it's just jumped. It's just jumped to the bottom. If I've missed any questions, apologies.
Yeah. So I just wanted to ask you, have you got any plans moving forward for your business?
Oh, I would like to do more on Amazon. I'd like to get more stock up at Amazon, but it's finding the time, because for me, being full-time reseller and the only income in the household, I've got to dedicate my time to eBay. eBay is what pays my bills at the end of the day. So, but I would like to do more in Amazon and more RA. Yeah. Because I just love the fact that you just ship it all up in one box and it's gone. It's gone. You know?
It's a pleasurable moment.
And the money comes in. It's just brilliant. Yeah. So you don't have to ship it. You don't have to deal with returns. You don't have to deal with any of it. Just ship it up to Amazon and they deal with it. And I love that.
Have you tried any online arbitrage as well?
Online? Yeah. I've had a little go, not successfully, but but because I'm never in the house, I'm always rather at the unit or I'm outsourcing. Online, you have to be at home to receive parcels and stuff, don't you? So it's sort of like a bit of a pain, really. When my mum and dad are here and not in Spain, I do get a lot of stuff delivered there. All my parcels that I order, I get them delivered to my mum and dad's, because there's always one of them in. So, but when they're not here, it's a bit awkward. So yeah, retail arbitrage is more my thing. Yeah,
bit more fun as well, just going around.
It is
finding the bargains.
Oh, Karin's just said she's so gutted I can't come to Bristol. I'll be at the next meetup with bells on.
Oh,
good. We'll expect to see you with bells on.
Well, we're starting to think it's a long way off, but of doing like a kind of Christmas party thing. Hitchin Mark III.
Yeah.
Wow.
But we don't have any fixed plans.
Like November, because we're all so busy in December.
Yeah, so perhaps an early Christmas party might be the next thing. But Bristol is first. That's what we're focused on. So if any of you guys in the chat are going, we'll see you there. Looking forward to it.
Mandy, she's always flipping, has just asked, Sam, how many returns a week do you receive on average?
Oh, I knew somebody'd ask me a question that I can't answer. I can go from having none at all to having, like, this week I think I've got 4.
Yeah.
But like I've not had any for about 4 weeks.
Yeah.
So really.
We have runs of it. We have shocking weeks where it's like one after the other, and then you end up, oh, eBay message, oh, I don't want to look at it.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
And then we'll have 2 weeks for nothing. Yeah, it's so weird.
I'm very much like that. It's something that I could probably find out, but off the top of my head, I wouldn't really know.
Yeah.
Put it at 1 a week. Don't know.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
I've had 4 this week, but I've not had any for weeks. So
yeah,
maybe 1 a week, 2 a week maximum. I'd say no more than 2 a week, definitely.
She's always flipping. Says same here. This week has been a heavy one. Yeah.
Mandy does absolutely brilliant on eBay though. She's killing it, absolutely killing it. I don't know. I mean, she lives up my end as well. She lives up the north, so I do understand with the, like, on her Instagram, she's always showing what she's picking up and stuff like that. And I can relate to that because you can find that stock at that prices up here, but her sales are like through the roof. So I'd love to know what her secret is. Yeah, what's your secret, Mandy? We want to know.
Yeah.
And apparently it's Karen's 40th in November.
Well, we'll try not to clash with that then. We'll liaise with you.
Okay. Did you have any more questions you wanted to?
That was pretty much what I had down there. Yeah.
Okay. Fabulous. Well, I think we will start wrapping this one up. I just want to thank everybody who's taken the time out to join us live. Thanks for your questions and comments. If you do enjoy these, let us know in the comments below. If you're watching after the fact, give us a thumbs up, and please remember to go over and check out Sam's channel. Link for that is below. And it just remains to thank you for joining us. Hope that wasn't too bad.
It wasn't too bad, no. Thanks for having me.
It's been an absolute pleasure.
See, I told you it'd just be a casual chat.
So, yeah, hope you enjoyed that, folks. If you are new here, please think about subscribing. We do these chats every Thursday. We go live on a Sunday and just have a hangout, which is more of a kind of chilled out affair, which has evolved into a quiz every Sunday, which is fun. And we make videos about the stuff we pick up and the stuff that we sell and how we earn a living selling online. So if that interests you, please subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video.
Yeah. Thanks, everyone.
Cheers, guys. Thanks again, Sam.
Take care.
Bye. Bye.